Hi, this is Jessica with Guns and Lace. Today we're going to interview Guns and Lace girl Cristina Coria. Cristina is not just a reality TV celebrity, she's a former police officer and currently an executive protection specialist. Truly, she is a highly trained woman who is proficient with a firearm, and she is a Guns and Lace girl in every way. Cristina, what led you into law enforcement and police work?
Well, my father and my uncle were both police officers, and my father used to tell me stories at a young age, and I just loved the fact of helping people and just learning to be proficient in a lot of different things.
Cristina, I understand that you and your family have been the victim of a predator with a gun twice in your life.
Yes, first time was when my father was murdered. I was 12 years old, and it's still an unsolved case. And the second time was when I was shot in line of duty when I was on the police force.
Having been a police officer and having been shot in the line of duty, how do you feel about guns?
Well, I think a gun in the wrong hands is not good at any time. So I think that if we all were able to carry a weapon, it would be less likely for us to be victims.
After you recovered from your injury, you went back on the force and continued your career. Tell us about the road back and what you had to overcome.
Well, when I was shot in my left arm. I fractured my humerus and shattered my radius, and I was partially paralyzed. I was told I was never going to use my arm or go back to work. The fact that my injury was through my bone and down my bone rather than just through and through, and I was lucky I didn't get killed. But the fact that I was worried about not returning back to work or using my arm really pushed me, and I used a negative into a positive and worked out twice a day. Did a lot of rehab and recovered and went back to work a year and a month later. But it was a very, very long journey.
Wow. Now, after you went back to police work in Santa Monica, you were asked to be a contestant on the television show Survivor, Cook Islands. What was that like?
It was a fun experience. It was definitely a once-in-a-lifetime experience. It made you not take things for granted, like eating food and where it comes from. Your shelter, using the restroom. I mean, toilet paper is very important. It really opened my eyes to a lot of new things, and also just what I'm capable and not capable of doing. It actually gave me more confidence in a lot of different ways.
Yeah. How important do you feel confidence is for a woman?
Very important. I think that if you have a confident woman walking down the street, they're less likely to become a victim, rather than a woman who is insecure, hunched over, not looking around, knowing her surroundings, and being the next victim. So it's very important.
I couldn't agree more. We at Guns and Lace believe that a confident woman is a beautiful woman. Do you feel women should learn to shoot?
Absolutely. I think it's very important because a woman who knows how to shoot her gun is going to be proficient and accurate and is less likely to have that gun used against her and have her become a victim.
How hard is it for a woman to learn to shoot, and what do you recommend is the best way to get started?
Actually, it's not very hard for a woman to learn to shoot. I think that a woman at first is very intimidated by that whole process, but as long as she gets a proper trainer to train her, she would be very proficient and accurate with that weapon. Knowledge is power. So as long as she understands the weapon and safety and gets the proper training, it's pretty easy. And again, what I recommend, the best way to get started is going to the shooting range and getting a trainer and learning to shoot.
What kind of gun makes a good carry gun for a woman?
Actually, any gun that a woman is comfortable with shooting. Again, training makes perfect, and any gun would be a good carry gun for a woman.
What do you think about gun-free zones?
Well, I'll use a theater shooting as an example. If everyone in the theater had a gun, I think the injuries would have come down, and the shooter himself would have been shot and killed prior to anyone else getting shot. So I think it's very important that everyone is able to carry guns, because that probably would not happen.
Why is the Second Amendment important to women?
Well, I think not only with women, but all of us have the right to bear arms, but I really do feel that is more important for a woman because of her size. I think that if we are a small size, if we are up against a 6 foot, 200-pound person who is trying to take us down, it's an equalizer. It's going to help us be able to overcome that person who's trying to take us down or kill us. We'll be able to defend ourselves and not be the victim.
Why does a homeowner or a hunter need an AR-15 or a Glock semi-auto handgun?
Well, it's not that we need It's the fact that we have the right to bear arms. So it shouldn't matter what caliber we carry. We should be able to protect ourselves against anyone with the same or higher caliber weapon. It's a form of control.
Other than Guns and Lace and modeling, what else have you been working on?
Well, I'm currently working on a charity called Reality Rally. It's going to be held in April in Temecula, California. It's about raising money for Michelle's Place, which is raising money for victims of breast cancer. You can learn all about it by going to www.realityrally.com. And if you go under my name, you could donate under my name. And it's an amazing event, and it's you can learn more about it by going to that site. I'm also working on a personal project. It's a show that's called Charity Rescue, and I'll keep you guys posted on that.
Excellent. Thank you, Cristina, so much for joining us. And Guns and Lace fans, follow her on her personal Facebook page at www.facebook.com/Cristina Coria. At gunsandlace.com, we are not just about glam. We're girls that like to shoot.